The Simpsons series often surprises with its predictions of events, whether it's the outcome of the presidential election, the Housemeat scandal, or even Lady Gaga's performance at the Super Bowl. Considering that 30 seasons have been released, such coincidences are becoming inevitable. However, there are also such predictions of The Simpsons that have not yet come true. Flying cars are in 10th place on the list. If some invention has been predicted over and over again in movies, books and theories, then it is certainly flying cars. They should have been available for everyday use a long time ago, right? Therefore, it is not surprising that a flying car appeared in an episode of The Simpsons 2005 called Drama of the Future. In the plot, which takes place in the 13th year, Marge leaves Homer and he spends their savings on an invention such as an underwater house and, of course, the first prototype of a flying car. Despite the fact that cars still don't fly, several companies are trying to turn this dream into reality. For example, Uber planned to launch an air taxi in the 20th year, and in the 18th year, Google founder Larry Page presented a prototype of the Kitty Hawk Flyercopter and supported other inventors working on flying cars. However, the probability of daily flights to work is still extremely low due to the lack of batteries capable of maintaining the required amount of energy, as well as the need to develop an air traffic control system. In general, this prediction remains only a dream for now. However, the plot of The Simpsons went even further. Mr. Burns found virtual reality glasses and began to imagine himself as the head of the Simpsons family. But after a few months, the residents of Springfield were so immersed in the virtual world that complete chaos began in the city. Although a world full of walking zombies wearing virtual reality glasses has not yet become a reality, concerns about tech addiction have grown in recent years. Experts say that the fascination with virtual reality can lead to a loss of connection with reality and a change in our self-image. Virtual reality is becoming more and more popular and accessible. We hope that the consequences of this will not be as disastrous as in the episode of The Simpsons. In another episode shown in the future, Bart, Marge, and Homer use virtual reality glasses and tubes to eat virtual food. Although we are still far from calorie-free digital dinners, the National University of Singapore has already developed a digital taste simulator that gives different taste sensations. Cornell University scientists have discovered that cheese tastes better virtually, and the first virtual reality restaurant has already opened in Tokyo. Despite the potential benefits for diabetics, virtual food will remain a rarity, and we will most likely not eat computer pizza while watching TV. Nevertheless, the possibilities of virtual reality continue to attract attention, including the idea of a female president. The series Bart in the Future, released in March of the 2000th year, predicted several events. In this episode, the future Trump presidency is mentioned, and Bart also introduces Lisa, who becomes President of the United States. This plot anticipates another important political event. She says she became the first female president, but at the time of the episode, no woman had led the United States, although Hillary Clinton could have done so. The United States ranked 51st in the ranking of gender equality among 149 countries, according to the report on the gender gap in the world in 2018. But perhaps soon, there may be a woman president in the country. The victories of women in the midterm elections to the Senate in 2018 also indicate this possibility. An episode of The Simpsons called Treehouse of Horror, released in the 16th year, shows Homer showing off Ivanka's badge in the 28th year and telling his family that everything always happens too early in America. The likelihood that Ivanka will follow in her father's footsteps is becoming more and more real, especially when in 2018 she announced that she had agreed to run for president and expressed her dream of becoming the first female president. Polls show that 44% of Americans approve of Ivanka, and The Simpsons' prediction may soon come true. There is a strong development in terms of robotics and technology development. The 12th season episode titled Not a Robot, Mr. Burns features a scene where Mr. Burns complains about the cost of tests for power plant workers, and Smithers suggests replacing workers with robots to reduce costs. There was a 99% increase in the city, and at that time Homer was the only person on the station. He was unable to contact his new colleagues and accidentally broke one of them, discovering that there was an artificial intelligence similar to a human inside him. Soon, the robots became too smart and rebelled to kill Mr. Burns and the people of Springfield. Although the idea of robots taking over the world remains a fantasy, robots with artificial intelligence are increasingly replacing humans in various areas of society. For example, McDonald's plans to use robots to work on deep fryers and in a voice-activated ordering system. Research shows that by the 30th year, robots can occupy 800 million jobs. However, automation is not the only frightening aspect. A robot with an overly realistic artificial intelligence, such as Sophia, became the first machine to receive Saudi Arabian citizenship in the 17th year. Jürgen Schmidt, known as the father of artificial intelligence, predicted changes in civilization in just 30 years. These facts make us think about what the future may hold for us. Regarding the colonization of Mars, a series of recent years, such as the Marge Chronicles in the 16th year, continues to fantasize about the future. In this series, exploration incorporated plans to establish settlements on Mars as early as the 26th year. It's a fantastic plot, but some companies, such as SpaceX and the United Arab Emirates, are also considering exploration and colonization of Mars. However, experts consider these projects too ambitious and unrealistic because of the difficulties that humanity will face when trying to populate the red planet. Finally, in one of the most fantastic episodes of The Simpsons of '96, Homer accuses Bill Clinton and Bob Dole of being aliens, which, of course, is very far from reality. However, some believe that there is some truth in this series, especially after the short film Citizen Kane from the series House of Horrors on Tree 7, where aliens kidnap and copy Clinton idols to seize power in the United States. One of the most popular conspiracy theories in the world is the idea that powerful people are actually alien reptilians. The British proponent of this theory and former presenter, David Icke, has written several books and given lectures to 6,000 people, claiming that these humanoids are behind a global conspiracy against humanity. He named people such as Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the Queen of England among the suspects. This theory has its roots in ancient depictions of snake figurines, which for 7,000 years depict creatures similar to lizard people. However, there is no concrete evidence for such a theory. Interestingly, in the 60s, a model of the human brain was presented, divided into 3 parts, including the reptilian part responsible for primary instincts. Some believe that this may be related to the reptilian idea. However, the accuracy of this theory is in doubt. The Simpsons at the movies featured some realistic aspects, including an environmental disaster. In the cartoon, Homer accidentally pollutes a water source in Springfield, leading to the formation of a huge glass dome around the city to protect against toxic substances. This is reminiscent of real environmental problems, such as water and atmospheric pollution, that are currently being observed around the world. In another episode of The Simpsons, it is hinted at the possibility that a foreign president could put a dome over the city of ice. This plot can be interpreted as a hint at a possible change in the laws on candidates for the post of President of the United States, which would give foreigners a chance to take this position. Each of these predictions has its share of interest and potential for realization, but at the moment, it is impossible to say unequivocally which of them will come true and which will remain only a fantasy.
On our Telegram channel, you will find the main news, an overview of the crypto markets. We regularly monitor coins that can give big excess. Welcome. See you soon, friends.